Alright. No monster to start this episode. Yeah, it's been nearly a week since I had one. So a real intro is in order. So this is the fourth video in, I guess, this series, if that's what you want to call it, of me rambling into my mic. Yeah, there was no video last week, and this is my third attempt at recording today. But yeah, I just don't feel like I've got that much interesting to talk about right now. There's not a whole lot going on. I'm not getting up to a whole heap since college finished. So that's kind of what I'm going to talk about today, my thoughts on college finishing and how I felt through the year and now with it being, I think, 10 days behind me. Like 2 weeks behind me, yeah. So year 2 is over. All my classmates, I think they'd agree with me in saying it was a lot harder than first year. Bit of a wake up call. The workload was a lot heavier this year compared to the first year. But I don't know, it was a little more rewarding. I'm more proud of the stuff that I made this semester than in year 1. Anything. I'm pretty happy with the stuff that I made this year. Even if I did have to make 2 websites, which I'm not a big fan of. But yeah, through the year it was a little more stressful, but it's hard to kind of pinpoint what was actually stressful and what was just stressful because I kept putting off doing work and all that stuff. Procrastination, like I talked about in the last video. Yeah. So the semester was, I don't know, I liked the work that I had to do and I liked the people that I was working with and I had a good time with it. I wasn't too stressed, I think I was just the right amount to get all the work done without having a mental breakdown every day. But yeah. So that's kind of the main point, was it was difficult but rewarding. And I'm happy with everything that I got done. But since college is finished, and I don't have the looming work hanging over my head, I've been pretty bored. I can't lie. Yeah, college was kind of the more entertaining part of my days. It was it was a lot more fun than just sitting around here all day. But yeah, since college is finished, I've pretty much just been scrolling and binge watching at home. I've gone out a few times. But I don't know, I kind of miss being around people every day. And by kinda, I mean I very much miss being around people every day. I like hanging out and I like talking and I like chilling with people. In any setting, really, I don't really have I'm not very picky about it. Whether it be working or in college or just hanging out. Went to the beach one of the days, that was nice. But yeah. Being at home here, like I talked about in my first video, to be honest. This episode doesn't mean to have so many callbacks, but it does. Like in the first episode, I'm not a big fan of being alone. I'm not a huge fan of it. I'm getting better at accepting it and dealing with it. But yeah, I'm just kind of more bored a lot of the time, and I've kind of worn out the things that I did like to do. Like I haven't been cycling in a while because I've cycled every road around here like 5 to 10 times. I'm getting bored of the same scenery. Like there's only so many times that you go, wow, this is nice. There's only so many times that I can do the same track and not get bored of it. Um, but yeah, and it's annoying because it's something that I did like, and I'm just kind of burnt out on it. So I wonder when I'll be able to do that again. Wonder when I'll get the passion for that back. Um, but yeah, I started trying to do some more college esque stuff. Like I'm trying to write some scripts for myself. But that's difficult because there's no like due date, and when I procrastinate it, there's no repercussions. There's exactly zero repercussions to me just leaving it and relaxing all evening and just laying in bed or doing whatever. And I know that's not productive. I'm aware of it, and I don't feel great when I'm doing it. But sometimes you just don't have the motivation to do it, and it's hard to get started. It's really hard to get started on, even on things that you want to do. Starting is the hardest part. So if anyone is listening needs to hear that starting is really difficult, and if you've started something that you wanted to do, good job. I've started, but I'm not really making much progress. So that's something that I'm gonna work on. I've got a lot of free time now, and instead of going on my phone all the time, I want to write the scripts. I want to write. That's what I'd like to do. So hopefully I start actually doing that. But yeah, that's basically the long and short of it. It's not been the most entertaining time since college finished. The days at home feel kind of long. But yeah, I'm just kind of waiting around for the plans that I've made to kind of come to me. So I just have to be patient, but that's not something I'm very good at. I'm not very good at waiting for the things that I've planned to just come to me, you know? Like, my job starts on the 6th of June, which isn't that far away, I'm aware that it's not that far away, but just the knowledge of the fact that I'm going to be doing pretty much next to nothing until the 6th of June, it's a little annoying, and I want to do more things, and I make more plans, but it's all just kind of like, oh yeah, this day thing, or like, oh yeah, I'll go see people for like a couple of hours. And I'll give you an example. Yesterday I hung out with my best friend just for like 2 or 3 hours, and it was nice, but then I came home, and I was like, okay, well, when's the next time I'm gonna see anybody? So yeah, it's kind of like a bit of a not daunting reality, but it's a little bit like I'm here, I'm at home, and I'm just kind of waiting around for everything to happen. And it's not like I can make things happen now. It's like, everyone's like, oh, you should go make something happen. And it's like, what is there to make happen? If I was here all summer and I didn't have a job lined up, I would go and I'd look for a job and I'd work at that, and I'd, be doing something with my days. Even if it's not, the most rewarding, it would be something. But, I've got my job, I've got my appointments lined up, I've got everything, in order. But the problem is, it's just that little bit too far away. And the days don't get any shorter, especially when you're spending them doing nothing. My days feel very long. And not, I know people who are working, like, their days are long because they're doing things. My days are long because it feels like I feel every minute, But I don't want this to be like a pity party, like, oh, pity me, pity me. There's just kind of the real life, not even struggle, but just the boredom of it, I'm just bored at home when not a whole lot to do. And like that's kind of why these videos are slow. I don't really have that much to talk about. There's not that much that interests me or I want to make a video on particularly. And some of the stuff that I do want to make videos on, I'm not really in the mood to right now, like, because I have a list of ideas of stuff to make, but some of it's kind of like, okay, well, not today. I'm not really feeling that one. I don't want to talk about that. Um, and some of them, I just don't really. I wrote them down. And I'm like, how am I supposed to talk about that for, you know, 10, 20 minutes, you know? But yeah, this is just kind of a video where I just kind of talked. I just kind of said everything I was thinking. Like, this wasn't a planned video. I just kind of wanted to record something today. So yeah. But I think that's pretty much gonna do it for today. Um, there's not much else to talk about really. Um, if you guys are in the same boat as me and done college, I hope you guys are coping with it a little better than me. Enjoying your time. If you're not in college and you're working and stuff like that, keep going. You know. But yeah. In the meantime, I'm probably just gonna be waiting around in here. So yeah, it's about as close to an outro as you guys are gonna get from me. So enjoy it.